Cute. You hear the man calling you cute?
Yeah.
You like that? Well, if you don't stop what you're doing, you're going to end up being a cutie pie locked up in jail.
When I'm suspended, I feel like, thank God I'm away from those idiots.
He's been charged with second-degree burglary, which is a felony in the state of Georgia. My son is out of control.
We can't go home.
Have you tried parole?
Get that man them glasses before I take them off your face.
Those are gonna catch you, bro. Shoot my man Larry and go out Louis.
This is your new bag, and I'm gonna be right up here on top of you.
Yes, you're smart, but you're not so smart that you can't get caught.
Seth, first of all, thank you so much for doing this with me. It's really good to have you.
Absolutely.
Okay, then. He don't want to go. Let Seth go.
Come on in. Come on in.
Seth want to go in there. You want to go in there?
Come on.
Huh?
I can't.
Why you can't?
Because the door's not open all the way.
It's not open all the way. Open it.
So you wanna be a gangster? All that shit. Smoking it.
Bro, could you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah. So, my name is Seth Bell. You know, just like the show said. I'm an adult now, I guess. I'm from Lee County, Georgia. I grew up in a little mobile home park when I was younger. And it's honestly run down a shit ton since then. It's gotten so bad now.
I remember they said that it's like one of the poorest places in Georgia, right?
Albany-Darty County is an area in southwest Georgia. Our county is one of the poorest congressional districts in all of the United States. And our young people face so many challenges if they don't make positive choices in their life.
No, I wouldn't say that. You know, we do have a lot of successful people here.
How about this? The moment that your parents told you about you're going to be on this show, who told you, mom or dad?
It was my mom.
Yeah.
Like, I lived with her primarily. You know, my dad, I got to see him on the weekends and stuff like that. But, you know, he was always working a lot, you know, being divorced and whatnot. But I didn't really know that I was going to be on the show. I was just told I was going to have an interview. And, you know, being a problem child and shit, I was like, okay, it's probably like another fucking police interrogation or something, whatever. You know, we're driving through Albany, and then we get to the hotel where the interview for the show is taking place. And that's when I was kind of like, okay, maybe it's not local, maybe it's higher up or something.
Right.
That's when we got sat in front of the lady that was looking at people who are going to get featured in the show, you know, sign contracts. It was just kind of like a, oh shit moment, you know? It was like, is this real? Is this happening? Yeah, it was real. Like, I still have
So you showed up and then you see the lady and she tells you you're going to be on a show?
She was there to discuss it with me and my mother to go over a potential contract and agreement to be on the show if we decided we wanted to be. And so we sat down, looked over the papers and stuff. My mom had to sign it and I had to sign it, and it had a non-disclosure agreement in there, which was for the duration of the of basically just shutting the fuck up until the episode released, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can talk about it.
Right.
I would say it was a good 3 or 4 months. I want to say recording was in, like February of 2013, maybe. They just kind of showed up at the house, greeted my mom, greeted me, and everybody there. You know, you got the person asking questions and stuff, cameras following around. You know, a lot of it was real. And there were, you know, a couple of parts that I would say are scripted. Like, I was really fucking boring as a child. I would still say I'm really fucking boring today. I didn't really do or like act out anything kind of crazy for them, I guess. And so there were parts where like they had me running along like that little fence thing. Yeah, that was them being like, hey, do this so we can get a shot of or like the parkour thing. That shit.
I like to do parkour.
My son is out of control.
Ah! I messed up.
The parkour shit.
Bro, that looked like it hurt your stomach, bro. Was that? It didn't?
No.
What happened?
I
Was that
just-
your idea?
Not really.
What? Are you serious? Dude, I could have sworn it was your idea. They were like, oh, you can hop that fence?
So the whole thing with parkour started when they were trying to figure out what kind of hobbies I was into at the time, kind of sort of stuff I was into. I just made this like barely even brief mention that, I was watching, a little bit of parkour videos on YouTube. And they were like, okay, do it. We're going to record it. And so I'm like, fuck it. All right.
No.
Like I was never actively out there, trying to fucking run and jump fucking buildings and shit. No. And I never continued after you.
Oh my god. I watched it and I was like, oh fuck, he fucked up, and it looked like it could have hurt real bad, you know? I was like, holy shit. But to know that they just told you to do parkour is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like the most I could do is a backflip on a trampoline. Like
So you really were in trouble, right? Like a trouble kid.
yeah, like at that point in time when they came to record and stuff, that was after me being cooped up in my fucking room for like a year and a half straight. It got to a point where they felt like I was lashing out so much that they were like, hey, maybe if we just take everything from him and just leave him with like only books and shit, maybe he'll start behaving so he can come out and have these freedoms again. Nah, I just kept reading them fucking books.
My IQ is 120.
So does that mean you get straight A's?
No.
Why is there a otter in his hand right now?
Like one of my favorite series of books I had in my room was a set of encyclopedias that my mom got. She was around my age at the time. I was there just constantly reading about like astronomy, physics, astrophysics, and all kinds of shit.
And still throwing like chairs at teachers too, right?
Well,
or was that extra?
I have over 130 referrals.
He has thrown chairs, desks, pencils, and shoes at teachers.
When I was doing stuff like that, I was 6, 7, 8 years old. I wasn't doing that shit in sixth grade.
And you were what, 14 when you were filming?
Yeah, I was like 13 or 14.
What you in, 10? 14. You're small 14. You don't drink enough milk, kid?
So what, by that time you've been like behaving already or what?
Not really. I was getting expelled from school a lot in that time because I was at a point where I just couldn't fucking stand people, really. I was always wanting to be seen and treated as an equal rather than seen as a child that can't think for themselves. It really pissed me off when I didn't get that. I didn't like being talked down to like I was fucking stupid.
Again, you done made another bad decision. The door is not open wider. Okay. Guess where you staying tonight?
Here.
You're damn right you are.
Oh, one of the times I got suspended from school. I was sitting at a desk. There's supposed to be like a blind to cover you from the rest of the class when you're in trouble. I put it around me because, I didn't want to look or deal with nobody. And the teacher kept moving it. And I asked her why she kept moving it. And she looked at me and said, because I don't know, you might play with yourself or something.
What? Wow.
Excuse me.
How old were you?
I was like, I would say I was 12. I was 11 or 12.
She just embarrasses you like that in front of the whole class.
I mean, I wasn't no better because I turned around and looked at her dead in the fucking eye. And I said, at least I don't share a 16-inch dildo with the English teacher after school.
What does she even do after hearing that?
She got fired for saying that, and I got removed from that school after.
Oh my god. So you hit hard back because you knew she was wrong, bro, right?
Yeah, like I fucking hated it. Like,
yeah. I was not a trouble child, but I really have some moments where I would, act out, and it was because I knew that what someone was doing to me was wrong, and I just couldn't. Yeah. I just can't let them think that they can go on being like that. Yeah, that's the worst.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And so tell me about the first day that you show up for the show. And did you meet the other kids before? Like, what was that like? Dude, that must have been great, dude. You were the one white kid, bro. Like, forever. You're forever that one white guy, dude. That's amazing.
So, we all had to meet up at one spot to get into the van to go to the jail, right? And so, once we all got into the van,
the kids are transported from downtown out to the Dougherty County Jail facility.
All the other kids were just in their seats, just kind of, talking, shooting the shit, just...
Man, that place looks like a freaking kindergarten school.
They told me I had to stay in for a year, stuff like that. You can't do that, bro.
Yeah, she can.
She can't just put you in there for a whole year.
They can if she wants to.
You're getting to know each other. I remember in the middle of one conversation, I looked up and asked them all, who do you think's gonna cry first? Because, they were all sitting there talking tough and all this and that. Boy, I'm going to be wilded out, shout out my homies, this, that, to the camera. They weren't going to put that shit on the show. But I asked them, who do you think's going to cry first? And they all just got kind of quiet. And they all just kind of looked at me. And a couple of them pointed at me and they're like, oh, yeah, you going to cry first.
Oh, God. Who cried first?
I can't remember if I want to say it was Larry who cried first, but I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch the episode.
Keep up what you doing, you're gonna end up locked up behind bars. I think about it, then I say, I'm gonna be alright. Ain't gonna happen to me until. I ain't scared to go because if an officer get in my face, I'm gonna start yelling back because when you in my face, I know how to protect myself.
You a real G, look at me in my eyes. That's when you mean what you say or mean what you gonna do. Look at me in my eyes. Get off my wall.
Larry, actually, he's passed away now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got... I can't remember what happened exactly, but I know he was shot and killed in 2019, I think.
Feel me, all that trying to rob folks and stuff like that. Go get you some money, your own money. Feel me, everybody need to be on their growth and development.
I'm on the same thing. They got my nigga Margie locked up in the chain gang. No, I can't go, gotta keep it on me, and that's every day. You all bark, I'm out here swinging, boy, like Johnny K. I made a play, another bait that Johnny K play A. I'm really waited in my city, nigga, no permission.
Wow.
That's his song.
Do you keep up with the others?
No, I haven't seen or heard from any of them. The only one I heard about was Larry, and that's because it was on the news.
How do you think everyone thinks about that time in their life? You all crossed paths that one moment, and like it's something that you all share.
The only time I got to talk to him was while we were on that van, and we were on that van for like 5 minutes. Like, once we got into the jail, we didn't really get to talk much. Like, I'm surprised I got to talk as much as I did.
Right. I remember one of the first things I noticed is that cop got handsy immediately.
Be tough, get scrubbed up.
Man. What was that experience like? You felt like you understood that there's a line they couldn't cross?
Yeah, you be tasting a variety of liquids, all right, but you ain't gonna be drinking them out no glass. The only thing you be swishing around in your mouth is penis noir. Hey, no.
I didn't really think anything of that at that point in the show. So whenever the police or the cops in there were getting handsy or whatever,
you just take everything with a grain of salt. Whatever. If somebody told you to smoke some crack, you know what you would say? Oh, well, I guess so. That's the attitude you got about life, which you're screwed up.
I was used to being grabbed up by my shirt and put up on the wall and threatened. It happened throughout my entire fucking childhood.
You better start making some better damn decisions. You better start making them now. What, you gonna lean all the way back to the floor? Get your ass back up in front of me right now. Playtime over.
It was not gonna change my opinion whether I was gonna get injured or not. Like, I just did not care.
What's gonna happen if Seth don't get his stuff together?
You're gonna beat my ass.
You're right. That's what I'm gonna do.
Pick up y'all's hand roll.
You think I'm playing?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Good. Get your stuff.
I was at a point in my life as a kid where nothing really mattered, I guess.
There was a point after you said that, it reminds me of a moment where you're in the courtroom and you're laughing.
Put your hands by your side and face Judge Locke. Seth, I am so disappointed at what I've been hearing about you.
I do not know what to say.
You don't know what to say. Well, let me see if I can help you.
You can't even contain yourself during this moment where they're trying to decide what your destiny is, dude. You're like,
how many times have you been suspended from school?
70 plus.
70 plus. Are you going for some kind of record?
No, sir.
and I think the judge is laughing too. Like he can't help but laugh. He's like, oh my God, this little white boy's making me crack up. I can't hold myself.
From what I've seen today, it has opened my eyes a lot, and I'm remorseful for what I've done.
You talk a real good game. You sound real good talking about remorse, but you know what?
Going back a little bit though to one of your other questions.
Yeah, of course.
About realizing or remembering that it was a show and they couldn't hurt me. The moment that you can see me realize and remember that is when I was in the stall with those two guys.
Get up off the bed, man! Get off the bed! You think this a joke? It ain't, huh? Get the mat back up there! It do not belong on the ground, man!
And I'm sitting there and I go to make the bed and then I just stop.
You ain't moving fast enough. You think this a joke?
That was me going, wait a fucking minute. I don't have to do this shit.
Excuse her for a minute, Cap. Excuse her for a minute. Make the bed up.
Nice.
Tuck it in tight. Move a little faster, man. I'm sleeping.
Well, my name is Willie. I want all you kids to know this. You out there balling right now. When you come in here, you're gonna be crawling.
That was the pivotal moment that I remembered I don't have to fucking do anything.
Make that bed up.
It wasn't when they were gonna hurt me. It was when I just wanted to be fucking lazy.
All right, look here. We're gonna put you in a cell. You got 5 minutes to make a bed.
When he did not want to make that fucking bed.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do this for? I just made it.
Seth, go.
Oh, dude. Okay, I have to ask about a door thing. How'd you come up with that? Oh my God, it was just in the moment. That's crazy.
Come on, huh?
I can't.
Why you can't?
Because the door's not open all the way. Because the door's not open all the way.
It's not open all the way.
Open the door some
Savage.
What's he done wrong with that?
Because the door's not open all the way.
Wait, this is best clip of the day.
Huh?
I can't.
Why you can't?
Because the door's not open all the way. Because the door's not open all the way.
This dude is a menace.
Because the door's not open all the way. Because the door's not open all the way.
The 6 seconds that will forever live in infamy.
I didn't have common sense at all. Like, at all.
Seth is extremely smart, but he does not use his common sense.
So, going back to what I said earlier about, like, being cooped up in that fucking room and only having books, I didn't have any social skills anymore. Like, I was pretty much grounded for, like, a good couple years straight because of all the shit I was getting into. So, I just in there, just complete baseline logic. You want to go in there, Seth? I mean, I can't, even if you wanted me to go in there. Like, they're sitting there holding the door like this fucking wide open. Like, if you actually wanted me to go in there, you would have opened the fucking door and put me in there.
That man can hurt you. How about that?
Oh my god. It's like, it feels like you figured it out. Like, it feels like you're like, oh, like, I'm gonna be a legend, like, on the show.
Bro, like, it was nothing like that.
Oh my god, and then the parole thing.
He's trying to get out.
Chill out, man.
What you mean, these are my kids. I'm not gonna see my kids no more.
Have you tried parole? Have you tried parole?
No, there's no parole.
Have you tried parole?
No, there's no parole. You don't just get parole.
Oh my god, that was amazing, dude. Oh my god, I watched that over and over, and I love seeing their face and their reactions to it. Oh my god. It's fucking seamless.
My two favorite parts on the show when I watch the episode is there's one little clip that barely gets shown, but we're standing there waiting in a hallway, and I'm sitting there fiddling with the microphone on my shirt.
Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Anyone hear me? Hello? It was another one where they were getting on to Larry about some shit because he was getting mad as fuck in the episode. And the lady cop looks at him and goes, "You gotta go in, Larry. Come out, Louise."
What's your name?
Larry.
Larry. Okay, Larry, you come in, Larry, and go out, Louise.
Bring him in.
Yeah. Bro, oh my god, the part where he's like, oh, what did he say? He was like, oh, you take those glasses off because your eyes are gonna be closed the whole time. To you. I'm like, holy shit.
Can you see without them glasses? Really?
Get that man them glasses before I take them off your face, little boy.
Can you see without them staring?
Barely.
You ain't gonna need them no way. Your eyes gonna be closed the whole time.
Do you feel like as you get older, they cross some lines that they shouldn't have? Like, how do you feel about having children like on TV like that and just going through all that at that age? Like, do you think that actually helped?
I'll be real with you. I haven't really given it much thought personally, but there have been studies that do show that TV shows such as Beyond Scared Straight have been proven ineffective.
Yeah.
Now, to cite those sources, I would have to go back online and look around and stuff because it's been a while.
Right.
But there are, scientifically proven studies on it. I don't think it works.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of stupid, honestly. At this point, the way kids are now, they already know they can't really be touched physically when they get into trouble. Like, it's only gotten worse as, generations pass. But,
right.
Putting them in jail with people like that, of course they're trustees. They're fucking trustees. We all know they're trustees. They're not going to put a literal, kitty diddler in there around kids or like, convicted rapists, killers and shit,
Right.
Yeah, like a lot of them motherfuckers, they're either trustees or they're there for like not showing up to court or something stupid. So no, the show does not change anything, in my opinion.
You know the whole story of like a Catch Me Outside girl?
Catch me outside, how about that?
On Dr. Phillips?
Yeah.
You think you can get something like that going on?
I think my opportunity is long past, to be real.
Really?
I remember when the casting outside stuff happened, and I was like, damn, that could have been me. The problem is, the episode and that shit didn't blow up. Like, it didn't really blow up off of Vine. Like, it stayed within the contents of Vine when that was popular. And it didn't really blow up outside of that until I would say about late 2017, 2018. So from 2013 to 2018 is my entire puberty. I've completely, I grew up a shit ton through that period.
Right.
And so being online and saying that's me, people look at me now and people look at that picture and they just go, no, it ain't. That ain't fucking you. That's not you. Why are you lying for internet clout?
Really? That's annoying.
What the fuck do I have to lie about? You can look, my Facebook profile is older than the fucking TV show. You can scroll back and see for yourself.
Look, a gun.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's how I knew too. When I went through your Facebook, I was like, oh shit. These are some MySpace pictures. Like, this is...
Oh, God.
Dude, I saw like so many different phases of yours. It was amazing. I'm like, he's been through a lot.
Oh, yeah. Like, you could tell when I was just having fun with it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, like, you think it changed your life? You know, it must have affected you mentally. You know, you were a minor. Do you think there's a case that could be opened about it? Like, y'all could get some justice?
I don't really see a need for it.
Okay.
What would it change if I were to, sue some of these creators that make money off of the video for using my likeness, other than me just wanting some fucking money?
An attempt to, just because of the way that I am, it's a way to try to break the cycle from, like, prevent it from future kids from going through it. And also for archival reasons, it's like even if it doesn't do much for the time, its existence, is like imprinted.
The only reason I could really see people pursuing something like that is for just financial gain. And now I do agree there is like an extent to it. I can also think of it as, okay, all these people are using my imagery and shit to make money. Why can't I make some money off of it? Hey, they're using my likeness to be exploitative or whatever.
Do you think that you could collaborate with the Cash Me Outside girl?
No.
No?
As cool as that would be, because I do have mad respect for Danielle Bergoli. Mad respect, I'll be real. I really don't see that happening simply because of her status now. And I'm more so just like a local internet legend on Facebook. That's about it. Danielle Bergoli, she managed to make money off of it. She bought her mom a house, bought her mom a car. She has, like, I want to say it was either a college scholarship or a college grant.
$1.7 million. This isn't just a giveaway, like just handing out money. You actually have to go to school. It's a scholarship.
That she does now too. And, she's done all this shit with that money that is, changing people's lives and, trying to better it. And I have nothing but respect for that.
How could you give scholarships out? You didn't even go to college. You didn't even finish school. Bitch, I didn't need to, but this ain't about me. This is about y'all.
Now, if I were in a position like that, I'd love to do something like that too. I don't think it'll ever get to that point.
The hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes?
Yep.
Stay low, Seth! Whoa!
I noticed you got a thing for cars.
Yes, a lot. I have a big thing for cars.
All right, tell me about your love for cars.
Actually, my first car that I owned was a 99 Camaro. You know, it's still the F-body platform. It was a V6. After that car, I stepped up to a 97 Trans Am. It wasn't, you know, the fastest car on the road. It made 285 at the wheels, 300 at the crank. You know, stepping up to a V8 with a lot of low-end torque, you know, is my second car. I was hooked from there. I've always believed that cars are an extension of your personality. You're in them, you know, just about as much as you're in a house. You know, you're going to be in them every day because you got to drive places. Much like your home is your temple, your car is your mighty steed that you want to take care of and, you know, keep clean and shit like that.
The prisoners, they're all black, but then they got the one white guy.
Get them off you. I need you some more shoes. You gonna take them off for what? You gonna take them off?
What you want with your life? You want to sit with grown up? Get them.
I don't know what to call it, an accent, but he has this way of talking, like he's talking like a gangster, and it's like, me nowadays, I cringe.
Can't never get back what you done. Don't do what I done. Don't do it, man.
That particular guy, that is Tiny Vincent, and he stands on his fucking business.
Look at me as an example. I'm not somebody just woke up and just telling you, but I've been doing this all my life. They call me Tiny. I've been hit in the head with master locks. I've seen people die, say the wrong word to the wrong person before you realize that you got yourself in something you don't even know. It's because somebody else is in a bad movie that day.
Anybody, you know, who really knows him or knows his name can and will tell you that he is about that life.
Oh, wow.
Like, if anybody could have snapped fucking necks, like, in that scene with all those other people in there, it was him.
Really?
When he was talking about going to his mom's funeral in chains, he was not joking.
Come to a day when you can't apologize for your mama because she gone. You can't apologize to your daddy because they gone. You bury them like I have, in chains, bruh. Going to funerals in chains.
How do you know about him?
It's Albany. You don't have but 70,000 people here.
Wow.
The small mistakes you make now will affect you for the rest of your life, man. The rest of your life.
I think he's actually locked up again still because he got caught recently, like, trafficking meth or some shit.
Making a bunch of business moves over time.
Yeah.
That's wild. What was it like when they all dropped the whole tough person act and then they had that heart-to-heart?
You just picture a year from your age, okay? A year. I did the next 7.5 years behind bars.
It was the same shit I always heard when I was giving that heart-to-heart talk.
So it like, felt like bullshit.
You understand what I'm saying? I can't never be a doctor. I can't never be a lawyer. I can't never do none of that. Because once you put one of these wristbands on, you know what I'm saying, you mark for life.
Yeah.
And my experience that I had when I was locked up after the show was nothing like what they explained. My experience was completely different from what they were explaining. It was fucking boring. You know, at least in YDC, you got to come out into the main area, like, of the pod or whatever. You know, they had a set of seats, a table on the side. You could go over there, play Monopoly or Spades on the table, or, you know, you could sit at the chairs and watch TV. You know, in Blaylock County Jail, you're sitting in them cells 23 hours a day. You only come out for recreation for 1 hour. Imagine being locked up for 10 years and all you get to do is stare at a fucking wall. That's boring.
Can you tell me Can you tell me about, like, when you went back, when you got locked up again, how that started and when you got out?
So, right after the show, I got locked up for, like, just, you know, running away and shit when I was still going to an alternative school.
Since the jail tour, he violated his probation, getting expelled from school, running away from home repeatedly. He just continued to rack charges up over and over and over.
It was more of like a cry for help than anything.
I really had high hopes at that point, and I've been let down because he went right back to it.
But, you know, instead of getting help, they were like, you know what, let's just lock him up. He'll learn his lesson this time.
It's difficult to see him in there, in juvie. I hope him being in juvie for an extended period of time has had an effect on him and makes him want to change his mind.
Yeah, so I was locked up 5 months. I got locked up the day before my birthday, actually.
Wow.
So I was locked up in Chris County, RYDC, for 5 months, and then after that, I got sent to a group home in Atlanta for 7 months.
This is the group home I'm staying at for the next 45 days. This is my bed right here. Top bunk. We go to church every Wednesday night, every Sunday.
Yeah, it really wasn't much different up there at the group home, but it actually gave me like an opportunity to be like a kid, you know, be a teenager instead of having to deal with yelling, arguing, fighting, and, you know, school suspensions and shit.
I think being at the group home is better for me than finding a way to get in trouble. I know if I don't do good in this group home, I might mess up my last chance.
Wow.
And while I was in that group home, like, I jumped instantly from 7th grade to 9th grade in a month because, like, I wasn't having to deal with all that bullshit anymore. It was nice to be able to actually be able to breathe and be a kid for a change and figure out, like, how things were supposed to be.
This time I'm gonna try to not disappoint my family.
Is it because people were offering you something different than what you were getting at home?
I think so, yeah. Like, I really think environment does have a huge impact on your development as you grow. And it's, you know, it's important to the development of your character.
I'm glad I went into jail too, because you ain't gonna be able to get nowhere in life. We're getting in trouble. I'm gonna get it right this time. There's hope for me.
Next month is gonna be the 10-year anniversary since that episode aired.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanna know, for all the people that have either watched you when it first aired on TV or came across you when it went viral on Vine, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all these memes that keep coming up after every few months, every few years.
Yeah.
People wonder how you're doing now. What would you like to say to everybody?
I'm alive. I'm doing pretty good for myself. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep proving people wrong, I guess.
You literally, like you were on this show on A&E, right? You were on TV, get yelled at. You became a meme. This is a rare experience that not a lot of people go through.
Yeah.
I want to know, what is your take on everything after it happened to you?
You know, the 15 minutes of fame, you know, being a meme and all, was pretty cool. And I think it's neat to be considered, you know, like a little local piece of folklore on the internet. You know, that's pretty much all it really is at this point. And, you know, being able to have my name remembered for something, at least, you know, it feels good. Even something as silly as a meme.
Mm-hmm. I can't help but wonder what you think is different about you now than 10 years ago.
I figured it out. You just, it kind of flips like a switch sometimes. You know, like, while I was in the group home, I kind of woke up one morning and realized I don't need antidepressants. I don't need this. I don't need that. And so I just kind of stopped taking them. I stopped overthinking about that kind of shit, and I've been fine ever since. The biggest, like, I would say one of the biggest issues with mental health is people have a tendency to psych themselves out. 90% of the time, they're psyching themselves out instead of not thinking about it and just doing it.
You haven't eaten your sandwich?
I ate all 4 of them.
What is all that in that wrap?
Crust.
You gotta eat your crust. You gotta eat everything.
Crap.
The icon that you are, right, and what you know is associated with you. I want to know your thoughts on troubled kids, society, parenting, that type of thing. I'm sure you've read a lot of comments and you've seen a lot of people react to you, you know?
Yeah.
And so what is your take on that?
I'm not gonna say to, you know, baby the kid and be tender, but listen to them. They have voices. They have opinions. They are children. If they ask why, chances are they're looking to understand. Listen to your fucking children.
Bro, that was perfect. That's that's extremely relatable, to be honest.
I swear. The worst thing you can do to a child is take away their voice.
Man. I feel like I have nightmares sometimes where I don't have a voice or that I can't say something because of the shit I've gone through. Like, I feel like it like still affects me today.
Yeah. Like, I used to have a really bad problem with over-explaining shit, because, you know, that's a big part of growing up without a voice. When you do tell the truth, they still think you're a liar anyway.
Yeah.
And then when you start lying thinking it will help, it doesn't help either.
Mhm.
And then it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Dude, that right there is like, I feel like when I first like reached out to you and I was like, oh man, like, you know, I know like we can like, you know, talk about some real shit. Like that right there is it, dude. Oh my God. Thank you for saying that, because I think that is something that a lot of people need to hear.
Well, 12 years ago, I became addicted to crack cocaine. Antonio was 1 year old at the time. I gave him to his father until I get myself straight. I'm trying to pick up the pieces, but to show Antonio that I'm here now. Something gotta be done. Something gotta be done, because the next call gonna be somebody calling me and telling me my son is dead.
I'm not scared of going to the jail because I know that they can't put their hands on me and that it's not for real.
Put it on.
Oh my God.
Open the door. Hurry up. You got all that?
See them prints up there? Any crime that you commit and you leave fingerprints, they're gonna get your stupid ass.
Dude, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, man. Are we gonna keep in touch after this?
Oh, bro, we have to. Are you kidding me? Fuck yeah.